a fearless warrior, a wise spiritual leader in the face of resistance against oppression. Sitting Bull was more than just a chief. He was the heart of the Lakota Sioux people. This is the story of how one man stood against a superpower to protect his land, his culture, and his people. Born around 1831 near the Grand River in present-day South Dakota, Sitting Bull, or Tatanka Iyotake, grew up in a world defined by buffalo hunts and tribal unity. His childhood name, Jumping Badger, hinted at his lively nature, but his courage and wisdom would earn him the revered title of Sitting Bull as a young man. He was destined to lead. As a warrior, Sitting Bull became known for his strength and tactical brilliance. As a spiritual leader, he guided his people through visions, prayers, and steadfast faith in their way of life. By the mid-19th century, life for the Lakota Sioux was changing. The U.S. government's westward expansion threatened their lands, their buffalo herds, and their way of life. Sitting Bull emerged as a leader who refused to bow to these pressures. While other leaders sought peace through treaties, Sitting Bull saw them for what they were: broken promises. He united the Lakota and other tribes in resistance, knowing that their survival depended on standing together. In 1876, Sitting Bull's vision of victory over U.S. forces would become reality. At the Battle of the Little Bighorn, also known as Custer's Last Stand, the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho forces achieved a stunning victory against General George Custer and the 7th Cavalry. Though he did not fight in the battle himself, Sitting Bull's leadership and spiritual guidance inspired his people to defend their land with unyielding resolve. The victory at Little Bighorn was both a triumph and a turning point. It painted Sitting Bull as a hero to his people and a symbol of defiance to the U.S. government. After the Battle of the Little Bighorn, Sitting Bull led his people to safety in Canada. For 5 years, they lived in exile, enduring harsh winters and scarce resources. Despite the hardships, Sitting Bull refused to surrender. Eventually, starvation forced Sitting Bull and his followers to return to the U.S. Here he was imprisoned, then relocated to a reservation. But even in captivity, Sitting Bull remained a powerful symbol of Lakota resistance. In his later years, Sitting Bull briefly toured with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, where he shared the Lakota story with audiences far from the Great Plains. However, he never abandoned his people's cause. On December 15, 1890, Sitting Bull was killed during a botched arrest by Indian police, who feared he would join the ghost dance movement. His death marked the end of an era, but his spirit of resistance lives on. Sitting Bull once said, "Let us put our minds together and see what life we can make for our children." His life and sacrifice remind us of the enduring fight for dignity, culture, and freedom. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories of remarkable leaders.